Welcome to the Nightly Rant
with
your hosts, Mike
and Torya.
This is the show where we examine society from a sarcastic point of view.
If you like insane conversations, this is definitely the show for you.
Let's get into today's topic. So the Douglas.
Douglas.
He went to the vet today.
He's getting 7 of his teeth removed.
They're getting yanked. He has to spend the night, though.
He's going to be very sad.
It took too long. They hadn't even started yet by like 4:30. So,
which means they wouldn't have enough time to wake him up from his little doggy anesthesia.
So they feel better. The doctor feels better about it. It's a really nice doctor. We're changing vets because we're tired of our other vet. You know, like I'll give you an example. When we brought him there that Monday, normally when we would go to the other place, it would be like, well, we think there might be a problem with his teeth. So we need to do this 17 blood tests. We need to do 14 x-rays, an MRI, and a brain scan. That'll be $9,432.12.
And that doesn't include any of the teeth extractions or the medication.
That's just to find out how much it costs. It cost us, because I'm not going to include the medication. We pay for medication anyway. It cost us $65 to find out that he needed to have this surgery.
And all she did was look in his mouth, and she was like,
so then the surgery doesn't feel like such a big deal.
No.
Because I didn't pay the exact amount of the surgery prior to the surgery to get to the surgery.
Oh my God. The other hospital would have been like the x-rays and the blood tests on Monday. And then it's only been 2 days since Monday. They would have wanted to repeat the x-rays and the blood tests today and charge us again for them. Like, just absolutely ridiculous scam artist crap hole.
Exactly. And then like they've started. I can
say what I want because we're not naming them.
And like they've started doing it now, where because 2 of our animals had surgery there last year around this time, suddenly it's they need to have their annual blood test. Kiss my butt. There was no annual blood test. You took blood tests because you were preparing them for surgery, you dingus.
You want to know what spawned all of this vet switching? So I had to call and make Douglas an appointment for acupuncture. They didn't have any openings until like a week and a half after I was calling. He was running out of his pain medication, which his acupuncture doctor prescribes to him, in 2 days. They refused to provide me a few days' worth of his prescription to tide us over. And at that point, I had had enough. And now we're switching vets because they can suck it.
Well, yeah. And then, bottom line, we brought our lizard to this vet once before because they're the only one nearby who does exotic animals. So we had nothing but a great experience with them. And what I felt was some people would say, oh, you only went there one time. Well, it's not really true because she was getting antibiotics.
And I had to go 6 times.
And you had to go 6 times back there. So you never once complained about that place. Not one single solitary time did you complain about that place.
You know what's interesting? They took the lizard. It was a vet tech that gave her the medication. And every single time the vet came out and was like, oh, what a beautiful lizard.
Yeah, it's just, they're such a good place. And, so then we had to leave the Douglas there. And, we've had the continuing saga of the insects in the post office. So like,
it's still not over.
So like this time around, the post office did what it was supposed to do, and it held the item at the post office. But here's the problem. The same thing that happens every time. I understand that it's probably like you said. He sees it in his truck. He puts it aside, and then he goes, does his thing, and comes back. But just mark the damn thing as delivered to the post office like you should.
Yeah.
Because your tracking's not accurate if you mark it the next day. That's one thing. But also, I could have gone there on Friday and picked the damn thing up.
Right.
I mean, we were up until freaking 2 a.m. We could have gone at any freaking time.
But they didn't mark it as at the post office ready for pickup until after the post office was closed. And then we stopped by on Saturday, and it was like a 3.5 hour line for the package door. That should tell you how crappy this post office location is.
So then I go. Monday was a holiday. I couldn't go on Saturday because it was a 3-hour line. There's nothing on Sunday. There's nothing on Monday because they were closed. So then I go Tuesday, and I go once in the morning. Hell no. Come back later in the afternoon. I get up there. It took an hour to get up there. I get up there, and He goes to look for it. He's gone for like 40 minutes and he can't find it. So he tells me he'll contact the carrier to give me a phone number. I'll call you.
I swear he must have taken a coffee break in the middle there, because there's no way there's 40 minutes worth of searching in that post office.
Right. And so 2 hours later, he calls and he says they found it. And he says they found it, and he's like, you can come and get it. And I'm like, I'm not going back there today.
You were way too mad.
Not going back there again. So today we go together back to the post office. We go in the afternoon. And just to show you how crappy the service is there, a lady comes in behind us and says, don't judge me. And she has a folding chair with her because of how long it takes to wait at that damn place.
I couldn't. Oh, it was too funny that she had a folding chair.
So this time they find the damn box and we get it, and miraculously the bugs are alive.
It's a freaking miracle. The lady at Dubia is going to be just as surprised as you are.
It's just insane that they tried to blame Dubia for it. And then that was the funny part.
The box.
They put like 12 orange stickers that says, hold at post office all over it. Which is smart on their part, because clearly our mailman
is an idiot.
Was not paying any attention to the bright orange sticker. Like, it's just insane.
Do you want to know the part about all of this that I think is the absolute funniest? The Kamala Harris is on her thank a union member bandwagon right now.
Yeah.
So everywhere you go, you see and hear Kamala Harris thank a union member in whatever accent she's chosen for the day.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, a union member is making my life very unhappy right now. Like, no.
So then, you guys know we have the merch shop and everything, and we've been thinking of ways to be more efficient with that, and perhaps ship a little faster and
get a little bit more creative with our products.
Be a little more creative and make a little more profit. So we ordered one of those Cricut maker machines that you can use to like printable vinyl and all this fun stuff that you can do, and you can do t-shirts and whatnot. And so we get the thing, we bring it home, and we don't open it right away because we had to buy we decided not to buy one of their bundles. It was just, when I priced it out, the bundle itself was actually a really good deal, by like $100. But of the stuff we would need, we'd pay less money buying it ourselves. So that's what we did. But Tori wanted to wait until all the stuff came. So all the stuff comes, and she's like, yeah, I practiced with the design studio. Woo! I made myself a sticker. Here we go, man. We're going to try it out.
I made myself a Who Rescued Who sticker for my laptop with a giant dog paw. It's glorious. So then I go and I attempt to cut this sticker, and the machine does its cool shit, and it's working away, and I'm watching it, and I think it's so rad. I pull it out. It hasn't made a single slice.
Because there's no blade.
Which I suspected, if you'll remember.
Right, but it's supposed to, we were both right. It was supposed to come with a blade, but there wasn't one.
Exactly.
There was just the housing for the blade, but no blade. And
hold on. Yogi, you're caught in my fucking headphones, bro. Okay, we're good now.
Delete previous. So it's funny. I mean, we both searched the box, we searched everything, but then
I even looked under the dang couch.
I was in a mood, so I was like, you better call Cricket. I'm not going to call them. So she calls Cricket, she gets a guy on the phone, and you can take it away from there.
I don't know what it is about our customer service experiences, but people named Jacob have been really wronging us lately. The dude from Cricket tried to tell me that because we bought it from Michael's, they must have opened the package and taken the blade out, and therefore it was Michael's fault that there was no blade, and that I needed to go talk to them. So
now let me put that in perspective for you, okay? The manufacturer is blaming the retail distributor and not honoring their own warranty. Let's just say it this way. Who cares why there was no blade in the system? You're the customer. You're promised a blade. It comes from them. Why aren't they giving us the blade?
It comes from Cricket so much so that Michaels isn't allowed to discount it unless Cricket is discounting it. It's one of those products.
Well, and that's the thing, though.
And I only got it from Michaels because I wanted to go effing get it. I didn't want to wait 6 weeks for them to ship it to me.
But the bottom line is, they were acting like Michaels were thieves. Then why let them sell your product?
Right. So I asked to speak to a supervisor. He got kind of sassy. I probably got kind of sassy back. And then this one over here decides, well, we're just going to drive to Michael's and get a blade because, you want to play with
You can't use the machine without the blade.
It's just a big piece of crap. And we're going to pay for the membership. We only have a 30-day free trial for the system. Like, got to use it a little bit.
Yeah, got to test that thing out.
So we go to Michael's and he sends me over to talk to the cashier lady to see if there's anything they could do for us.
Well, I look for the blade.
Right. We both knew that there was nothing they were going to do for us except laugh. They laughed. They thought it was so funny that Cricket was so stupid. And granted, I came at them with the laughing demeanor, so it's not like they were being rude.
Yeah.
But they thought it was so hilarious.
Because it is hilarious.
It's absolutely hilarious. And this is to the point where, okay, so I opened the Cricket, and it's got the outside box. Then the inside box was plastic wrapped. Then I had to open the inside box. Then I had to pull all the stuffing out that holds the Cricket. Then I pull out the Cricket. Then the Cricket is shrink wrapped that I had to take off. Then I finally open it and there's styrofoam around where the blade housing was. Yes, Michaels opened it and undid all of that and then redid all of that. Now, I akin this to anybody who's ever tried to fit a fitted sheet back into the package it came in.
Now, here's the thing. One thing you forgot to mention was you gave them 1 hour to get the supervisor to call you back. So we get the blade. We're coming home. We're laughing about it. We get home. I check my email. Boom. They're giving a very rare exception and shipping out a new blade to us.
Yeah.
A very rare exception. Cricket, if you're listening and you're going to get tagged in this, every single place we post this episode, you will get tagged. I will make it my life's journey to make sure you know about this. What kind of customer service is it to tell a customer that you think that the vendor stole the blade? If you think that, stop letting that vendor be a vendor, but you still need to deal with your customer. You can't tell your customer to pound sand.
I'm going to give them 1 millimeter of credit. I called Cricket at 3:57 p.m. The phone call was 11 minutes long.
So that's 4:08.
4:08, and we got that email at 5:05.
He made it in under an hour. Kudos, bro. But I'm sorry. It's really, that's what they're doing. They're telling the customer to go pound sand. How are you going to stay in business when you tell a customer to go pound sand? It kind of concerns me for the future of our relationship with this company. Like, are we going to have problems?
I just hope we never need to contact their customer service, quite honestly.
I mean, I'm going to be interested in testing it out on the iPad because...
Is that where you're going to design your amplifier sticker that you're going to make?
Yeah, you did it on the computer. I'm going to try it on the iPad and see what happens.
I think it'll be a very similar experience. It looked like a very similar UI.
Well, especially since I have a keyboard and a mouse.
Right.
I mean, it's not going to be that too difficult to mimic. But I mean, it's amazing. And they give you the software for free.
Oh, and the only reason I say that people named Jacob have been wronging us is because the customer service person at Cricket's name was Jacob and the supervisor at the post office's name was Jacob. And yes, this is the same supervisor that I called useless the other day.
The one I dealt with was named Logan.
Was it Logan? I thought you said it was Jacob.
His name was Logan.
Oh, I'm sorry to the Jacobs of the universe. Apparently only one Jacob is an idiot.
Well, but I mean, I'm sorry, but if you treated your clients like that, you'd be out of business.
I know.
I don't understand. And I guarantee I know what happened because we've already agreed on this. He got the supervisor on the line, explained the situation, explained the resolution he gave, and the supervisor probably laughed for 25 minutes and then said, "Are you nuts? Give them the blade."
It's not like I opened the box and the Cricket itself wasn't there.
And so he's trying to save face by saying you're getting a very rare exception.
I know it's almost more annoying that he's lying about it, the fact that it's a rare exception. I'm gonna guess this is what happens every single time somebody calls in and somebody on the assembly line has made a tiny mistake and forgotten to include the blade.
A lot of things could have happened
But-
to that blade, but yeah.
I mean, it wasn't there. That's the moral of the story. I paid $379 for a cricket and it wasn't complete. Send me the $8 blade, bro.
Well, that's the worst part. It cost us $14.99 at Michael's because it was right there. It would have cost you $8.99 on the Cricket site. But for a $9 item that they're still making profit on,
Right.
they were going to be willing to let you walk?
I'm somebody in this situation a compliment, though. The lady at Michael's.
Both ladies at Michael's.
Well, yes, but specifically the one. First off, she was who helped us when we bought the cricket. That was rad. She was very helpful, walking us through their kind of strange system for picking things up.
Yep.
Then
was not condescending even a smidge.
No, she was just kind of loud and wild, but it was great. Like, she's fine. Anyway, then today she was the one there, and of course, because cricket is cricket, the 20% off coupon wouldn't work on the blade.
Because cricket is cricket.
I think she may have used her employee code because she felt so bad about the whole situation. But anyway, I got 10% off because she was just so darn helpful.
Well, and that they were just super friendly. I mean, I had one lady laughing because I'm saying to her, can you imagine?
The white lady?
Yeah. She's like, can you imagine that you do this to your customer? You know?
She's telling me she has a cricket at home and all of her friends have a cricket and like to make things, and that she's going to email them all the story so that they can laugh. Which, unfortunately, kind of reiterates your fear that cricket customer service is trash.
Yeah, it does. Because she didn't say that's not normal.
No.
Which makes me worried. But
well, maybe we never need to deal with them again.
At least they're a US-based company. Yeah,
but their support clearly wasn't.
Well, but whose would be?
That dude did not sound like he was from Utah.
In this day and age, that wouldn't happen. So guys, you got to get out to youtube.com/@WHIV. It stands for What Happens in Vegas. And you got to watch all of our adventures here in Las Vegas. We've been having the craziest time. We went axe throwing.
And I didn't chop Mike in half.
Or she didn't chop any of her toes off. Then we went and played golf at Atomic Golf.
And I didn't cut Mike in half.
And she didn't hit me in the head with the club. It was amazing. We've had such a good time the past few weeks. It was a blast. And you got to go check it out. And then we got our monthly updates every month. Find out what's happening in Vegas that month and the coming up month. And come on out and visit. So that's all I got to say. Get out there, youtube.com/@WHIV. What happens in Vegas? And with that,
good night, everyone.
Hasta la bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Nightly Rant.
If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Google Play.
If you didn't enjoy the show, please just ignore that previous request for a rating.
This has been a Yogi's Podcast Network production.